Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to another bench update. It's another month's roll by, and we're here again, this time for June. So recording this a little bit early because I'm going to head out of town. But so by the time I goes live on YouTube, I'll be in Mexico, hopefully with my daughters, having a summer vacation, and then yeah, go from there. So been pretty productive this month, as you're going to see shortly. But as we move into the summer months, it's going to quiet down a little bit, like with travel and usual summer stuff. So go to Mexico, get back for a couple of weeks, and then I'm off to Portugal for a few days for work. I know it's a tough life, right? Never been to Portugal before, so I'll be in Porto, which I'm looking forward to. Here's some great food and some great wine and stuff. Although, ironically, I land the day after some giant like festival. So had I changed my plans slightly, knew about it and went a day earlier, I landed for some giant like street festivals and parties and stuff. So anyway, just miss out on that one. But yeah, so some travel coming up as always in the summer, and it's going to curtail my progress here. But that being said, we do have two, well, I'll say finished, but actually in progress builds since last time. So first up is the gun truck, and then I did start the F-35C, which I kind of alluded to last month. So let's go ahead and take a look at the progress. All right, so what have I been working on? Well, something completely different. I just fancy doing some armor, so I started working on this guy. Um, got the F-35C out. I was intending to build out, as I mentioned last month, but just, I don't know, just wanted to do this instead. So, build this gun truck. And this is a cool kit. This is the Trumpeter M915 gun truck. Pretty new release, came out last couple of months. Not crazy priced. And there we go. That's kind of what it looks like. And this is where I'm at. So I've ran out, full disclosure, it's 312 as a main color. I ran out of paint, so it's been on the sat here for a week. So I figured out, ordering some more stuff. I managed to get another paint, which is arriving next week. So it's kind of loosely placed. So we've got the various colors going on here. Did try out some rust, so this like a rusty kind of box here. Obviously it needs painting. Just we're in progress here. So I got that, this guy, this, and again, just kind of deconstructing it here. And this is how we're looking, and I'm really happy how it turned out, to be honest with you, so far. It's really nice. The photo etch all went down, no problem at all. And again, ran out of paint, so yeah, got some more areas to paint with this color, and then add on the camo colors. But there we go. Not massive either. Piece of advice: if you're building this one, before you add the photo etch, I would recommend you paint this first, and then paint the photo etch and the radiator black and put it behind. I didn't do that, so I just mask it up, but it still looks good. So that's the kind of the main kind of chassis. All the wheels, unfortunately, they're rubber wheels, but not so bad. They look okay. Steel color in the inside. Now, to get these rims into the tires was a real nightmare. It was, well, first, excuse my hands, I'm painting right now, but tried heating up hot water, didn't really make much difference. In the end, I kind of figured out how you do tires in real life, use tire irons. So scale version of that was, sounds silly, but there's a little corn on the cob, like the little handle things you stick in, end of corn on the cobs to eat, have little spiky things. And I happen to have one lying around, well, some in my drawer. So in the kitchen, so I just did that. I put the tire on, and then used like a tire iron, stuck the little corner cob thing underneath the tire lip, and just ran it around, and it actually worked really well. So there we go. Who'd known? So corn on the cob skewers or handles, or whatever you want to call them, work great. It's got all the wheels done. Obviously, I have these on at the end once the thing's fully painted, and all the various components here. So it's all built. Just needs some paint. Got to be careful holding this thing too. All the photo etch everywhere. I think it's that way around. And there we go. So that's the gun truck. Again, just needs some paint and some weathering and stuff. Kind of put this back in so I don't lose anything. Kind of place it all back together loosely. All right, so let me take this one to the side, put it back. And I did this past couple of days, I did start work on the F-35. So F-35C Tamiya kit, and so far going together really well. Now, my top tip with this one so far is just really follow the instructions. Just follow each step by step because they're really well detailed, and it tells you, if you follow the instructions, it tells you what order to do stuff so you don't get in a pickle and make any mistakes. So I've got the cockpit done, and inside, as I was talking about, following the steps, you'll put this guy in first. This is the fuel refueling probe, what goes into there. So, paint that up, and then that installs first, and then the cockpit's up. This is all out of the box, masking up certain areas, painting it, as the seat looks really good in there. So that's the top side. Just working on the instrument panel, again, out of the box, looks really good. Maybe you can see it so well in this light. Maybe there you can see it. Zoom in. And what I've done on the screen is I've added some Mod Podge, glass Mod Podge on the front of the screen, just get that glass effect. It's still drying, but you see it gives that kind of glass effect. Okay, what else we've got working on? Working on like the fan blades. This is like a gloss black with a silver. This is the intake, and what else? Working on the actual. Dropping it. Working on the actual intakes themselves. It's nice because they have the line down, so you know exactly where to mask it. So back side is white. The front will be the LP85, the camouflage grey color. So again, each part is marked with a line, so it makes it super easy to mask, no guesswork. And on the back of each one, top tip with Sharpie, just write part number. So 5, 6, 15, sorry, 12 and 13. So when I come to assemble it, I know exactly which part goes to which. Just another little top tip. And finally, I haven't finished painting this, but started painting the figure. And I've got a carbon fiber decal to go on the helmet, and some more touch-up work and stuff, just the base colors down. But the pilot, yeah, looking pretty good. Concerned how it'll fit in here because various handles and stuff, I think it's getting away. So I might have to chop these off, put the guy in, and then kind of glue them back on again. But yeah, nice little figure there. And it's nice with the way it fits. There's only one way the arms go, like one position. So there's no guessing work. Like some figures, you have to kind of figure out where the hands go for the controls. The way it's the kind of grooved, it just goes in one way. So good Tamiya engineering as always. And that's it. That brings you up to date. That's where I'm at with the F-35C. I'm going to weather this one up. I've seen some pictures online. I've talked about it before in previous videos. These things, the anti kind of radar materials really kind of getting corrosive and rusting kind of almost on the sea. I'm not sure it's cause problems, in the future, but I've seen some of these and they look really kind of like rusty and grimy along the spine here. So I will be replicating that effect on this. And I will be using the Tamiya paints too for once. I never used them before, but the XF85 and I think it's 86 or 84 that goes with it. Sorry, I keep saying XF, LP85, which is their color they developed, especially for the F-35. So I did open it up and it looks pretty good. I mean, that looks a pretty good color for it. So we'll see once it's all painted up. So there we go. That's what I've been working on. Busy as always. And yeah, back to me. So there we go. That's what I've been up to. Quite a lot of work. So as you'll see in a minute, I did get the paint finally. I ordered it finally and received it. So I get going on the truck and get that finished. As you see, it's all assembled. It just needs some paint and a little bit of weathering and stuff, and we're done. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Enjoying it, should I say, that armor build. It went together. It's going together so well, and this is a cool subject. So next up, let's talk about purchases. So we'll start with the sundries first. Now, I did get another bottle of this stuff, which is my go-to, if you're wondering. My go-to lacquer thinner is Mr. Color Rapid Thinner. If you're not aware of this, it's a lacquer thinner, and it pretty much dries almost instantly, to be honest with you. I've sprayed stuff, dropped it on the floor, picked it up, and it's been fine. So this allows me to move pretty quickly for my builds. So not spending days or weeks in between colors. Pretty spray, 20-30 minutes later, masking, spraying the next color. Really good stuff. Now I do have one or two in my stock, I think, but what I'm finding is right now somehow in the US, Mr. Hobby is sold out everywhere. I guess maybe it's an export-import issue or whatever. So whenever I can get this stuff, what I need, I stock up and get it when I can. So Don't use this for cleaning the airbrush. Obviously, this is a waste. So I have like the cheap Home Depot lacquer thinner. As I look over there, I actually need to get another bottle. Use cheap lacquer thinner just for cleaning the airbrush, but just for mixing in paints only. This will last a long time. One of these bottles should last me a couple of years, to be honest with you, with the little amount you add to the to paint. Highly recommend it. Really good with metallics as well. Mr. Hobby Rapid Thinner. All right, as I got this in my hand, the Elusive Color 312. Managed to get one of these. As I mentioned earlier, I ran out of paint on my gun truck. Got to use this as a base color, and then I do a camo on top of that. So now I've got this one. I can get going and finish that gun truck. Ugh, reach down. All right, little box here with various things. Snagged. I need to get to a certain level of shipping. I've got like a minimum shipping with my the dealer distributor I work with. So I had a few things here just to kind of get up to my limit. And first one is a Yahoo instrument panel for a Cessna 02 Skymaster. And you can't really see it very well there. But it's really nice. I do have this one in my stash, this little Cessna kind of observation aircraft from Vietnam. And this makes it so much easier getting this instrument panel. Again, it looks really nice. You can't really see it maybe on this camera, but simple, super cheap, a couple of bucks. Also picked up a well-needed mask set for my PBJ, that Hong Kong models, 48 scale aircraft I have. It's full of glass. You need a mask set, and I picked one up. This one happens to be Ask distribution, and it's for the B25J. But I believe, I'm pretty sure that the PBJ has exactly the same canopy and glasswork as the B25J. This is Hong Kong models version, so this should fit perfectly and work for that set as well. You can just see there numbers, how many masks are on there. It's a real greenhouse, so this is pretty much essential. Various other paints I got here. I'm not going to go through this whole little box here. I'm just going to highlight a couple things here, and that's the LP35. Picked up the last two they had in stock. This is Insignia White, and this is for a big project off camera, which I've talked about in previous months, and that's my Millennium Falcon. So I did do some research, and it's actually from Empire Strikes Back, is the one I'm building. And I'm not going to show it today, but I'm one pack away. It's shipped out already. I think again in a couple of days. And then that's packs 97, 8, 9, and 9. Sorry, 97, 98, 99, and 100. And that completes the 2-year journey and fully assembled. And now it's just painting. So ArchiveX paints do the exact kind of studio level paint work, paint colors, but I don't want to spend that kind of money. So good old Tamiya Insignia White is a pretty good match, I understand. AS20 in a rattle can. I don't really want to use a rattle can, even though it's a big project. I want to need more control and airbrush, so I'm going with these guys. I think, looking at the size of this thing, I'm going to need way more than this. I probably need like 4 or 5 jars because, as you know, it's the thing is massive. So anyway, a couple get me going, and that's the LP35, which is a direct match for AS20 rattle can. Other than that, it's just some other colors. Generic, I got some more whites. I get big jars of Tamiya white because I use it all the time. And that's really it for the smaller guys, I think. Now, onto the kits. I have 4 kits to talk about. I kind of stock these up. In the past, I've kind of got kits flowing in and out all the time. Now I seem to go a couple of months with nothing and then kind of get 2 or 3 at once. And finally got my hands on this guy. This is the Airfix Jaguar GR1. Lots being said about this one. It's just literally just arrived in the US last few days. As soon as it came out on Scale Hobbyist, I bought it right away and it's sold out. Our friends in Europe and UK get these, I think, a month or 2 ago. Built them, all that kind of stuff. Did look at the box and did a quick little review video. We'll go up on the channel next couple of weeks or so. I've not seen anybody else's YouTube videos, so I went in blind on this one. And I gotta say that the details are really nice. It's a little bit crude in some places, exhaust, wheels, seat, pilot. Maybe could do a little upgrade. But overall, it's a really nice aircraft. I think, in hindsight, I think on the video, I kind of thought maybe a little bit was overpriced. I paid $59.99 for this one, US dollars. As I think about this now, after the fact, at $59.99, it's probably right on the money. I think it's probably a good price for what it is nowadays. Model kits are so expensive. I think $60 is probably where it's at. If it's 70, 80 with tax and shipping and stuff, I think that's a lot high for what you get. The box is definitely oversized. I'm not sure why the box is so big. Well, I guess I do because I think to save money, rather than creating separate sprues, they've created like sprue runners, like 2 or 3 joined together, and make big sprues, and they kind of snap and you individualize them. But yeah, the box is massive, but the detail is really nice. So check out my video, and I will be building it at some point. And probably I have a I don't have a connection to 54 Squadron in Coldershore, because my brother-in-law used to be an armorer on that squadron, and I actually went to the family days and saw these jets. This is years ago, probably like early 90s, mid 90s. But the markings there aren't really there for the 54. I think they got like the early ones with the white underbelly, which I don't really like. So I'm going to go with the probably desert pink to match my tornado right there. So I think that'd be a nice little set. So I'm going to go for the Gulf War desert pink. Not sure that's going to be my next build or not, but it'll come up pretty soon, I think. All right, another aircraft. This guy had this before. Follows my channel. No, we talked about this about 5 years ago. It's a really nice kit. It's Academy 72nd scale F-22. I've done a review video for this one already. Had it, and I thought I sold it, but I think in hindsight, I think I just screwed up the build. This is 5-6 years ago. I think somehow I glued the fuselage halves together without putting the engines in, or something along the way, and I couldn't rectify it. So I think I ended up in the trash, because I do have the spare set of decals. But it's a cool aircraft. Academy kits, I love Academy kits. Do like 72nd scale, and this one is a really nice kit. Color-wise, I'm going to follow exactly what I did on my 48 scale I Love kit one from a few years ago. I had the full build series. I think mixing the paints, the metallic and the grays, really got the right tone, and my trick to get the gold canopy really worked too. So I'm going to follow the exact same colors I did for the bigger 48 scale one. That one sold years ago, and recreate it on the 72nd scale version. So there we go. That's the Academy 72nd scale F-22. Excited about that one. Now we're going to end this up with a couple of armor kits. Now, you know my love-hate relationship. I do like armor. That's what got me into modeling, and I've talked about this before, but I've always been an aviation aircraft guy. But I used to build armor when I first got back into modeling, and when I was younger, because it's more forgiving. You can build armor, and if you got glue fingerprints on there or mess something up, you just slap some mud on there or some weathering. You can hide mistakes. Whereas, if you got like a glue fingerprint on an aircraft canopy, or fog it up, it's game over. So I did armor, and for a year or two, and then finally got the courage, follow my interests and my heart, and got into aircraft. You see behind me. The first year or two it was tough. They didn't come out as what I expected, but I kept down on it, and through following videos, like build videos similar to what I do myself, and back then it was Flory Models, and various other channels. They used to do really good build videos, and as a beginner, it was perfect just to follow along, knowing what colors to use, how to build it, and did that. And then after it started to click together, and I just started producing better quality aircraft, like behind me, which I really kind of liked the quality of. And so yeah, it kind of grew from there. And then after 2 or 3 years, it's just experience, like knowing like the management. Like I talk about this all the time. My build videos is about build management, knowing how to do things, because you don't follow instructions 1 to 20. You do things in a certain order to help mitigate issues and make it go together well and just turn out better in the end. So that's kind of one thing I talk about a lot of my build videos, is I talk about my thinking about how I go about builds. So kind of found out a love of armor, because I know it found a little boring doing tank tracks all the time, and then I just never really got into like the weathering. I could paint them okay, get some shading, but when it gets to weathering, it wasn't my thing. So kind of gave it up. Tried a few projects over the last few years here and there. Some failed, some completed. I think I built the Magic Factory Bradley. A lot of these things was a sell. Now, if you think about selling stuff, 35th scale armor is really easy to sell on eBay for a small profit, and pretty easy to ship compared to like a 48 scale aircraft. So that's kind of what I've done in the past. Now, I've had a bit of a break from armor. Now, as you know, I've just talked about it, the gun truck. Really enjoyed doing that one. So it inspired me to get a couple more projects. So I've kind of gone around the weeds here, but circle back around to my next kit. I bought one which I had my eye on. It came out, I think, 2022. So the last couple of years, like, it's a cool project, and I've seen it, and I thought, saw a good price. I thought, why not just buy it? So got this for my stash, and this is the unusual because it's in vertical, not horizontal, like on the box. This is Rifle Models Leopard 2A6. Now, it's not just any Leopard, it's the full interior. And this box is absolutely cram-packed full of plastic. I don't know how many parts are in here, hundreds, if not thousands, but it's just amazing detail. And what I like about this one is I've seen people build this online, and you can do it in a way so you can actually see the interior, because nothing worse than spending all that time building all this and then gluing it together and never seeing it. A tiny little hatch, like interiors of aircraft, like World War II bombers, you don't see inside them. Whereas this, there's definitely a way. Not only can you open the whole engine deck, but I've seen, for example, the upper hull doesn't have to be glued to the bottom. It can just be placed on, and you can just lift it up. And there's definitely ways I can display this to show all this beautiful work. Now, this isn't something I can sit down and just knock out, in a month or two. I would lose my mojo. So it's definitely gonna be a side project, and I'm gonna treat this in sub-assemblies. So, I can work on an aircraft, and in between, maybe build the engine, put it to the side, do another aircraft, come back, maybe do the turret, and just kind of work my way through this, because, again, you can see by the size of the box, it's a massive project. Now, bang for buck, I mean, yeah, it's, if you look at the amount of hours work per modeling, like modeling hours per dollar or whatever, this is going to like literally last you months, if not years, to detail this thing. And 35th scale, so it's not going to be massive like 16th scale, but still, a decent size, and you're going to see that detail. And everything you need is in this box. Like I say, you can see there, again, what's going on here. Absolutely beautiful kit. So Rifle Models Leopard. All right, last up. Ooh, if I grab it. Ooh, there it is. Now, I can give a shout out here to one of my subscribers, and I don't know if he's still watching my videos, but Adam Challenger. He did a really good, this is probably 5-10 years ago now, did a nice little like shelf diorama of a truck, like Middle East, like Gulf War, late Gulf War II, with like I think a down helicopter on the back, and had like a bunch of stuff. Amazing work, and it always inspired me to think, like, I'd love to do a truck, 35th scale, with like a tank on the back. And not to that degree like Adam did, but maybe just a simple little shelf diorama, just a truck with a tank on the back, a couple of figures, and just the roadside scene. Pretty straightforward. And so I bought this one. I saw this one at a good price. I got this for $80, which is a good price, normally like $130. And I've had this kit before as well, like Deja Vu, like Yogi Berra, Deja Vu all over again. I had this kit and I sold it years ago. I think it came out 2018. Bought it in 2018, maybe 2020, sold it. You might remember it. So I bought it again. There's a couple of versions of this one. Meng does one as well. This one does come with the masks for the windows, which is really nice. And yeah, it's a pretty big guy. I think it's about a couple of feet long. And not sure what I'm going to put on the back of it yet, but some kind of maybe Abrams M1A2 of some sort. And there we go. So excited about this one too. It's cool subject. Pretty similar to the gun truck I just done, which I really enjoyed. The only thing again is this one, like the gun truck, it's all rubber wheels. I did see a set of resin wheels, I think just for the tractor. It was like $90. So with my 3D printer, I definitely want to print some if I can. So if anybody out there knows of an STL for an M911 or M747 trailer to get the resin wheels, shoot me a message, and I'll be able to print these off my resin printer. And so I'm using the rubber ones, but rubber ones aren't so bad. So yeah, pretty eclectic selection there, right? We've got Jaguar and F-22, a Leopard tank, and a tractor and trailer. So there we go. That's what I purchased. Quite a few purchases. So yeah, thank you for my Patreons for funding all this. Appreciate you. So that being said, let's pivot on, and every few months I like to focus on my Facebook group. So I did put a post up a few days ago, just asking, hey, if you want your work shared, just to put it on there. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, here we are at the Facebook group, the RW Hobbies Model Makers Club. 533 members, and yeah, I've had this for a few years now. So a few things Some admin top topics. Firstly, it's a pretty tight group in terms of I don't allow any kind of fooling around or any kind of spam, that kind of stuff. Get instantly blocked, so it's create a friendly environment. Did change the rules a few months back, or maybe it was last year now, where I did put a stop to people posting their own Facebook group, not Facebook group, sorry, YouTube channel updates, just because I worked very hard at YouTube the last 10 years, creating my own brand and my own content, and I found some people just piggybacking off that and just self-promoting their own stuff and weren't really contributing to the community. So to keep things simple, unfortunately, did stop any other Facebook groups being promoted on the group for now. Also, again, this is the usual reminder that no swastikas are allowed, and certain other, like I think the Confederate flag as well on Facebook and YouTube. They kind of like look down on and kind of ban groups from that for posting that kind of stuff. So again, it's not me, it's just the Facebook rules. So there was a couple of posts on here which included I think one was a World War II aircraft with a swastika on the tail. I had to delete the post, and there's another one too. So if you don't see your work and you posted and you had a swastika on there, that's the reason why. So we've got a few here. Posted this a few days ago. Asked people to post up their recent work, and I'm happy to share it. Part of the community. And the first up here is Caleb with his Tamiya Sky Raider. Awesome kit, 48 scale, I believe. And this thing, it's like the older version of the A10. This thing's absolutely fully loaded with pylons of all kinds of crazy ordnance. Cool kit, looking good. And there's a couple more pictures in here too. This, interesting. It looks like a scale version of a toilet. So I've not seen one of those before. So interesting. I'm sure there's a backstory to that. And looking down as well, nice crisp panel lines on this kit. Very cool. Alright, next up is Paul with his Great War Hobbies F-15E in 48 scale with a Black Dog resin gun. Wow, looking very good. Let's see the Black Dog in there as well. It's a great kit. I built this one before, and I have a couple of these in my stash as well. Great kit. Looks like good progress. Looking forward to seeing more of it when it's finished. And on to the next one, Paul with his 35th scale rifle models, early Tiger 1. Classic kit, or classic subject, shall I say, Tiger 1. When you think of tanks, World War II, this definitely comes to mind, and looked a great job here. First picture, and on to the second picture, kind of looking down at it. And a third picture. Now, if you're into Tigers and you just kind of get into modeling from the beginners, Tamiya model, Tiger model is super easy, simple to build. This rifle model one's obviously beautiful, a little bit more detailed, but if you're just looking for a cheap, simple weekend build, highly recommend a Tamiya Tiger 1. Alright, a few more. One more picture. See some rust and mud on the back. Okay, on to the next one. This is from Peter's Airfix's 48 scale Stuka. I'm going to start with this picture first. Looking really nice. Airfix, and well, way to go, Airfix. You know, that nice rivet detail down the side here. And in the cockpit. Very nice. Not sure if this is part of the Airfix, or maybe it's aftermarket like a Yahoo, I'm not sure, but looking really good in the instrument panel. And another one here, and again, appreciate you didn't put the swastika on for the photo. So yeah, looking really good. Nice. Alright, here's a cool kit, the Airfix 48 scale Sea King from Mark. Really nice kit, I hear. I've not built one, I've seen one in person, but every build always looks fantastic. And here's the first picture. There's a couple more in here too. Do appreciate that you have the wing fold here. Sorry, a blade fold, should I say. Certainly makes it easy for storage, because nothing worse than having a helicopter with these giant blades sticking out, knowing when you don't even fit on the shelf. So that makes it definitely easier. And looking really good there. And the third one. At some point, I think I'd definitely pick up one of these in the RAF markings, I think, at some point in time. I know it's got a couple of boxings already from Airfix, and one or two more probably in the pipeline. Alright, Philip. 16th scale. Okay, we're going big boy now. Half track. And he's put a 35th next to it. Okay, this will be interesting. And there you go. There's a 35th scale to 16. So you can really see the size difference. So when it comes to 16th scale kits, they are massive. And I've built that Tiger before. It's huge. Interesting comparison. I do like all the
16th scale, you can definitely go to town with the detail. And I love all the stuff in here, which you'll see in the next picture. All this like stowage and detail here. It really makes the build, I think, all this stuff. Alright, that's it for the thread. I know a couple people posted right below it, so I'm guessing I think they want to maybe show them too. So we've got Clive, another oh, this looks really good too. Just like Mark's, this is a Sea King Airfix, and this is a different markings. This one's looking very nice. Do we have another picture here? Nope, just the one, but yeah, awesome. Again, cool. Oh, actually, oh, here we go, down here. So here's the other pictures. So it is the 40th scale Sea King Jungly. All right, so we just saw that picture. Here's the next one. Very cool. Nice. Nice. Great. Look at this detail in here as well. These rivets, raised, well, recessed, I guess. But yeah, and this very nicely detailed. And I'm going to throw up, I think this is the last one. Todd, with his 32nd scale Harrier from Trumpeter, the GR7, the British RAF version. Very good, and I give you props because I've built this one on the channel and done a build video, and those who've seen it know that this kit is not easy. It is tough to get together. It's an awesome kit when it's built, but just get, I think, around this area here, if you see my mouse across the spine where it joins, and a massive gap there, other massive gaps. I use a ton of filler and sanding, and it is not an easy kit at all. So for him to look this clean and build, hats off to you. I appreciate the work you've done here. Final picture. Cool. There we go. That's it. So that's it. Appreciate your work. Like I say, periodically, not every month, every few months, I'll put a post up on the website, on the Facebook group, and happy to showcase the work. Again, if you want to join, the link is below. Okay, back to me.
So there we go. Great work as always. Appreciate everybody's in the communities, participation and engagement. And there we go. We can wrap this one up. So another month in the books. As I mentioned, got a couple of weeks worth of travel coming up. So July, I don't expect too much from me, but I will have all these you've seen here will be reviews going up. I will have probably should have the truck finished by next time, and yeah, 35 well on its way, if not finished as well. Need to think about Patreon. My Patreon, we've got coming to the end of the, can't see it's up camera there, the F16, the 32nd scale build series. That one's almost finishing, so I need to think about what to build next for the Patreon. So yeah, maybe one of these I've just shown you, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, if you want to join my Patreon, as always, the link is below. Help support this channel and keep the lights on. And that's about it. So yeah, have a great summer. Catch you next time.